call not made.
This is the permanent mission of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the United Nations. If you know your party's extension, please dial it now. Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator. Is not available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Press the pound key to end recording.
Yes, this is Global Missing Persons Alert. Interpol yellow notice number 21-22733 with an emergency call for Abdul Ali for UN missions of foreign affairs to the Kingdom of Bahrain. And this recording needs to be sent ASAP to ICC Prosecutor Karim of the International Criminal Court. So I'm about to fuck these Americans up. I'm about to take them through a motherfucking psyop that they're not coming out of the other end of a fucking live. Okay? I got about 15 to 20 videos still here to upload that is going to exploit the faces and the identities of undercover Homeland Security agents, FBI agents, Detroit cops, Macomb County sheriffs, Warren pigs, Centerline pigs, okay, State Department. Okay, I got a whole shit ton of FEMA role players that I have been filming down at the Detroit DOT Transit Center, the Jason Hardgrove Transit Center at 8 Mile and Woodward in Detroit, Michigan, USA. And a message for my friends of UN Mission of Foreign Affairs to China. I'm doing a Dan Sobosinski in Beijing, China video. Okay, as soon as I can get these batteries charged, I'm working counterterrorism operations all day long from 5 fucking devices, making these filthy, trifling motherfuckers murder and kidnap each other off. Okay, and I'm loving it. I'm on a roll. Okay, and the people who are supposed to be working with me on my side, okay, they are the ones that are blocking me this time with the cyber warfare in their pathetic, desperate attempt to do damage control to try to save people's lives that they can't save. People's lives who I am using for my own self-serving interest as my own human shields right now. Okay, and when I have established my own satisfaction in my own operations, that's when those people will get thrown under the bus and thrown to the curb like the trash that they are, like what happens to everybody, like what I did to Jane Gall, Homeland Security, who lives on Helena Avenue in Sterling Heights, Michigan, USA, and her son Jonathan Gall, who is CIA, U.S. Navy, and he's stationed in the Florida Keys, and he's one of the satellite handlers here. Jane is a Homeland agent / role player who works at J.C. Penney's, okay, and then they got their FEMA role playing psyops that they do either upstairs or in the basement of these companies, and that is where they sit and they spam Americans and they drain Americans' bank accounts, and they run all kinds of scams like the Chinese spies, the little teeny bopper Chinese spies in China who Brian Parker sits and jacks off on Messenger to all day long, Bryan City Parker, also on Helena Avenue, Sterling Heights, Michigan, recruited against me by this fire chief of Sterling Heights, who lived a couple blocks over from Stuart Zuckrose. Okay, that's what Brian does. Sits there and jacks off on Facebook Messenger to the CIA, fucking with his head, posing as little tiny girls from China who he can exploit for pussy. Okay, that's why he had to buy a mail order bride from a dirt floor village in the Philippines just to get fucking used for an illegal marriage for purposes of immigration for a CIA contract that he wasn't important enough to be informed of, and he got used and kicked to the curb when he got done. So he thinks he's sitting there, Mr. Badass Brian of City of Sterling Heights Parker, who's not even an official city worker. Okay, he's an off-the-books, unofficial, contracted operative for the city and the CIA, mainly the fire chief of Sterling Heights, Michigan, USA, who's a Satan-serving, kidnapping, human trafficking, murdering Scientologist and a terrorist. Okay, and so Jane Gall, I've been dragging her through the mud, running her through a psyop with her batshit crazy, mentally ill, psychotropic, drugged up mind for the last 6 months. Okay, while I sit here and I watch the bitch literally lose her shit in front of me and go into these dingbat spells where she goes, where she like clicks out of reality because she's got these handlers, the satellite handlers who can control her mind. Okay, because she's an American. They can control the programmable matter of the American mind that Jane's mind is. And I sit and I watch this dingbat drugged up and dumbed down on fluoride, click back in and out on her psychotropic drugs at the Macomb County mental health community, or whatever they fucking call themselves, those Nazis over there. Macomb County Community Mental Health. They got her all drugged up. Okay, at the same time, they're using her as a homeland agent against me. Big mistake. And they've sacrificed her son to Satan, Jonathan, by recruiting him here as a satellite terrorist. And I let Jane have it last night. I did the same thing to her that I did to that old fat ass hog eating Margaret. Okay, Margaret, and her old fat, busted up, broken down, disabled husband, Rick, who's a satellite handler, and she's Homeland Security, while she pretended to be my friend for almost a year, sending me lovely, lovely carryouts from restaurants and mailing me postage stamps and offering to make phone calls to me, but the fucking fat hog cannot bring herself to let the words human trafficking leave her lips. Wow, she sends all kinds of condolences and her praise and worship to Queen Elizabeth in September 2022, while pretending to be my friend, while she worships and praises the Satans who did this. Okay? I did the same thing to Jane Gall that I did to Margaret, and I'm going to exploit it widely. Okay? And these cyber warfare operations aren't going to stop me. I'm operating from 5 devices, and I can very easily open up a drawer and pull out 3 or 4 more devices to operate from. And I'm going to be running terrorist operations all day long, 24 motherfucking 7 for the next 72 hours. And at which point Billy Woolman is supposed to rear his ugly head from the sand and tell me how he's doing on saving the lives that he can't save, not even having the power to save his own life. I'm the shot caller here. I hold the power and the control on everybody's life. I did this. This is my investigation. It's my operation. I am the shot caller. And these bitch ass pussies here, the CIA and the United States military, don't have the power to save themselves, let alone other human trafficking terrorists. Now, tomorrow I'm getting up, and I'm getting up early because they canceled the buses on me. Detroit DOT cancels the bus on me, and they leave me out in the street for what is hours. And then that's when I have to go down to that Hard Grove Center, and I have to exploit all the undercover cops, Okay, while I am working with my detail, who is invisible to them, who is here with me by satellite, real-time satellite, pointing each and every fucking swine-eating pig of America standing at that transit unit, okay, and every single FEMA role player, every dirty, filthy, indigent welfare case, FEMA role playing for their food stamps, every contracted operative, they point them out to me. And you see what I do. And guess what? I got a Dan Sobosinski video coming up for China. Okay, and this is all that smart card shit. Okay, all China needs to do is swoop up and pick Dan Sobosinski up right in his home in Beijing, China, where he lives with his South Korean mail-order bride and his 3 children. Okay, I'm going to tell you what. This motherfucker's got a lot of information, a lot of corporate state secrets that China does want. Okay, he's a high school dropout who faked his resume and got in at the GM Tech Center in the 1980s as an architect. And he designed the 1982 Cadillacs and Berettas. And then, and should I mention, he's a crackhead and he's a crack whoremongerer too. He loves cocaine and he loves whores. Okay, he's just as filthy and disgusting as the rest of the trifling, disgusting Satans here. Anyways, he's been all over the world. He has lived in Australia. He has been in Germany. He has been in South Korea. And he's been in China for at least the last 10 years. And he loves it. He loves communists. He never wants to leave. And you pick that motherfucker up. Okay, he's directly connected.
Thank you. Your message has reached its maximum duration. To send your message, press 3 or hang up.
Sent. Fuck you, America.